Happy Monday, everyone. 2:30 in the afternoon. I'm going to give you the forecast for the next few days. I definitely should have brought my rods with me today. Even though that water is still 56, this water looks good enough that there might be a few big whiting around. So if you see this before the day's over, low tide's around 3:30 today on Monday. Got Coast Guard going by. Gotta wait for them to go by. It's loud. 3:30 low tide, and water is about a 9 out of 10. It's perfect. Good whiting water. It's just this little cold, 56 degrees, 55 in Fernandina. Good news for those south of us. Flagler has actually warmed up to 63. What's up, James? Yeah, it's still 56, man. And I was actually thinking about, man, tomorrow I have to come back down here on the low tide. Hey, Kathy. But I just looked at the wind forecast, and of course, Tuesday, once again, here we go with some wind. Northeast, 10 to 20. I saw like 4 foot surf. So it might be Wednesday this week. East, 10 to 12 on Wednesday before switching over to the southeast, 15 to 20. So it looks like Wednesday may be the day this week if you can get out there. I know I need to get down south because right now it ain't happening in the surf up here. I saw Kathy had some nice whiting. Didn't see many other reports. I guess nobody's really trying is all I can figure. They're all hitting the river and stuff. There's actually another clean line past the surf line that's even darker blue water, so it's nice and clean. There's the pier, the two cranes if you can see them. Water trying to hijack me. Look at that. Nobody fishing down here though. We're in Ponte Vedra Boulevard. Got a dog.
Hey.
Got a dog decided to come up and greet me. Felt something tugging on my sock. It was the dog. That's all we got. Maybe Wednesday, if the wind's blowing northeast like they're calling for tomorrow, it's going to be cranking. 4 foot surf again. If there's 4 foot surf on Wednesday and you got the east wind like it is, it'll still be fishable because the current will actually slow down. But when it's out of the northeast, that current's pushing hard north to south when it's blowing that hard. A little run out right in front of me. Hard to see on these phones, but yeah, there's a couple different kinds of whiting. You got the southern kingfish and the northern kingfish. And so when you catch the northern kingfish, they actually have small teeth in their mouth. And sometimes when you catch them and the water's nice, they're actually quite silver, but after you put them on ice, they'll get brown stripes on them. And they're good eating too. Nothing wrong with them. In fact, I've caught a lot of them using cut bait because they will absolutely crush, like cut mullet. What's up, Crank? They'll hit everything pretty much. Squid, cut pogies, and they catch a lot of those up this way in deeper water a lot of times in Nassau Sound. On the pier when it was open, we caught a lot of those guys out towards the end of the pier when it was rough. Yeah, they're usually a little bit shorter and much stockier than the regular whiting that we call them. And like I said, they'll have little teeth after a full day of catching them. Usually my fingers will have all kinds of little cuts on them where you if you don't have pliers. So it's suggested if that's what's biting, you definitely need pliers because they will leave your finger a mess after a full day of catching them. But they're good eating, real good eating. That's what we call them up this way in Jacksonville, boat whiting, because that's what they get a lot of times in the shrimp nets because they tend to hang in a little bit deeper water, whereas the silver whiting, southern kingfish, they're more associated with right here along the surf. Although in the summer, a lot of times you'll see boats here in Ponte Vedra fishing several hundred yards off the beach in deeper water, because those whiting will tend to congregate out there as the water warms up. So looking for little cool patches. There's some bait out there. I just saw 2 pelicans dive, so probably some glass minnows or something out there. This time of year too, we'll sometimes see bonita up this way in the surf working little minnows. They can take the cold water. They'll hit a gotcha. If you see them throw a gotcha out there, silver gotcha, and work it. It's a fun fight. It's sunny out here. You'd think it'd be warm, but it's not. With that wind coming off the ocean, it's quite cold. Once I get on the other side of the house I'm working at, the temperature raises about 10 degrees, it feels like. And if you checked our Facebook page, Miss Sandy's back. COVID had her down for like a week, and they got her good, but she's back up there helping rebuild the pier. They're getting close, getting ready to put the last 4 pilings in on the end and then to finish up the end. So they're making progress. If you can see, this water is just, that sandbar right behind me, that white streak. Big old sandbar. If I was fishing right now, that's where I'd be throwing, right in front of it, because it's a deep drop. Yeah, bonitas, man, they'll strip some line out. They definitely will. They're a fun fight. It's a little, basically like a little tuna fish. But I think that's all we got, guys. Yes, we're all glad Sandy's back for sure. We're getting a little worried when we didn't see her post for a few days, because that's not like her. But I guess if y'all catch anything, let us know. Post it up on our Facebook page if you're not on it. If you don't want Facebook, I don't blame you. You can post it on our YouTube page. Just leave a comment, what you're catching, what bait, and all the other fishermen greatly appreciate it. What's up, Buckness? And we're already almost to the middle of February, so we know it won't be long. We'll get a few more cold fronts, I'm sure, but we'll start to get some warmer temps, and it won't take long for that water to warm up. You know how it goes. It'll go from 60 to 70 in sometimes 2 weeks, and then if you don't have your pompano rigs ready, you might miss the run. At least up here in Northeast Florida, along the beaches, you got to be ready for them. They tend to hang around the inlets a little bit longer, but you better hit them hard when they're on the beach. Here comes a wave. I can't get my shoes wet. They're waterproof, but I really don't feel like testing that out right now. Not when I gotta still go back to work. Don't need frozen feet. All right, guys, I'm gonna get back to work. Hope y'all catch them up. Water's still 56 up here in Northeast Florida. Once it hits about 60, 61, those whiting will start chewing again. We'll catch y'all later.